Position to dive down the inside, but Trulli's going to cover it.
Yes, it's not close enough once again, and Trulli, you can see he's driving the wheels off that Renault to stay in front of Schumacher. You can see the car twitching around. Look at the speed differential through the right-hander there at turn 14, but unless Michael can find a good exit,
he's got a good chance, because Trulli didn't do a good exit on 15. Michael's got the run of 16. He's got the horsepower. He might take a chance. Trulli will defend, but just watch Schumacher. Here he comes. Can he get down the inside? Yes, 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 yes.
Oh, I thought there was going to be contact there, but they managed to sort it out. But look at this. It's now put Michael under attack from Montoya, because Michael Schumacher lost ground. Oh, and Trulli's locking up. Montoya taking that wider line, but Michael, oh, and again he makes the mistake there.
Well, he doesn't learn the first time, and he certainly didn't learn the second time. Montoya got the momentum back up while this battle for second place is going on, and yet again he tried to take that wide line to give him position, so that when he comes through 4 out of 5 and into turn 6, he could be in position to challenge. Here's the view head on. Schumacher thinking, will I, oh no, he just cuts me off. But good motor racing, Formula One.
Good racing from the two of them, yes, absolutely. Commitment from both Trulli and Schumacher, but this is still allowing Coulthard to get away. 4.5 seconds is David Coulthard's lead here. Trulli in second place, Michael Schumacher in third, then it's Montoya. Eddie Irvine is still in fifth place. He's dropped about 6 seconds off this battle that we're watching as Michael closes up to Trulli once again.
The big problem for Michael Schumacher is that Jarno Trulli is running about 1.5 seconds slower than David Coulthard, and therefore the speed that Schumacher is capable of running at is also down about 1.5 seconds. Coulthard's disappearing into the distance. He's 7 seconds ahead of Jarno Trulli at this moment.
Now here we go through these last two corners. Trulli's a bit more cautious this time, gets on the power earlier. Look at the lead that David Coulthard has as we look back up that start-finish straight.
And Michael Schumacher not close enough on this time to try and take a dive down the inside. He's going to have to pressure Trulli, particularly through 4. Oh, Trulli's lost it. Trulli's spun. Michael's through. It's all over for Jarno Trulli. The back of the car's damaged. Now Montoya comes down once again, looking for that outside line. Can he wait? Can he be patient?
Wow, what an amazing race we're watching in the early stages. Trulli's car.
Safety car's got to come out, I'm sure.
Yeah, surely we'll see the safety car coming out. Oh, Montoya! Oh, how much wider do you want to go? He was almost on the grass there completely with that car, but he managed to hold it together, and this is great racing, but cool. Now, that is interesting. They've gone past before they get to the line and all that. I wonder how that one's going to work out.
Montoya!
Montoya attacking to the outside.
Go past. He's passed him under brakes. Can he get round the corner? He did. What an unbelievable overtake by the Colombian Montoya. I mean, stuck it on Michael Schumacher big time.
Wow, what a restart. Coulthard off on the grass. Montoya takes Schumacher, and now these two are at battle once again. And the Michelin tyre certainly working well under those conditions as Montoya gets past Michael Schumacher, gets through the first two corners, and now is going to try and pull away from the Ferrari.
And what of David Coulthard? He's stuck behind the two Jaguars. Let's look again and see. Coming into turn 15, he locks up that inside front wheel. Suddenly he can't slow the car down. I don't believe, David Coulthard, you've got the greatest chance of your career to win a Grand Prix here in Australia, and you blow it like that.
Oh, that is such a disappointment. He's still in the race, but look, he's behind his teammate now, Kimi Räikkönen. He's dropped to 5th position. Irvine up into 3rd place in the Jag. He's not going to be able to live for the pace of these lead two. We know that Jaguar has not got the performance at the moment, but he is in 3rd place, and Irvine will desperately try and hold on to that. What a result that would be if they can hold on. Long way to go in this race. Only the 11 laps been completed so far, and what drama we've seen. And we've got the battle that everyone's been talking about on the lead up to this season, Montoya versus Michael Schumacher.
And, I mean, what an unbelievable pass. Montoya did get a better run off turn 16. There's a little over 1 second and a bit between them. Here we can see again, what a brilliant bit of overtaking by Montoya. Michael Schumacher went to the inside, blocked, but Montoya's still on the gas when Michael's off it. He locks up a brake. Look at Goodness, there's so much going on. Sato keeping out of the way of that one.
Only just. That given Michael Schumacher a chance to close up to Montoya there, and he right under the rear wing of Montoya as they come out of that last corner onto start-finish straight. Can he do anything? Look at the acceleration. Important to see. Well, BMW there certainly seem to have the edge.
They've got a superior top speed. This is one of the, what's the fact, it's the quickest part of the racetrack. The cars in qualifying were doing something like 300 and, well, in the case of Ralf Schumacher, 310. Montoya was doing 309. Michael Schumacher was only doing 306. So at that part of the track, the advantage clearly lies with the Williams. But Ferrari, running probably more downforce, is able to close up in the corner. He's got more corner grip.
Look at that fantastic view that we have access to right over the rear wing of Montoya's car, looking back at Michael Schumacher, and this is what it's all about. The two top drivers battling wheel to wheel, as we've seen already in this race, and Schumacher is not being dropped at all by Montoya.
But interestingly, the quickest car on the circuit right now is the man that threw the lead away in turn 15, and that's David Coulthard, making amends for that appalling error.
Well, let's see what he can do by the end of this race. His teammate Kimi Raikkonen is in third place, Coulthard himself in fourth, Irvine in fifth, De La Rosa sixth.
The way of Fenton, but in doing so he's compromising. But look, Michael Schumacher trying to position himself to get a run off turn 16 to do what Montoya did to Schumacher. Schumacher's looking to repay that present, but he's not got enough momentum.
Now, on the power once again, it should be the BMW, although look at this, he picked up a bit of a toe here, having a little look down the inside, but not close enough. John, what we saw last year, I wonder if that's coming in. The Michelin tyre often worked very well initially, went through a little bit of a patch where it wasn't so quick, and then came in again. I wonder if we're going to see that happen this season.
Well, I think also what's occurring is that because they've now run a number of laps, we're into lap, there's 40 or 44 laps remaining at 58, the tyre temperature has built up. It's now operating probably in its operating zone, and that's giving Montoya that little bit of extra grip that he may not have had, but also it's preventing Michael Schumacher getting a good run on Montoya, particularly coming onto pit straight. He's hurting in terms of top speed. He is quicker in other parts of the circuit. The split times are marginally favouring Schumacher one part, but benefiting Montoya in another part.
These two guys are absolutely on the limit. You can see by the amount of road they're using, flicking up the grass here, there and everywhere, coming up towards turns 11 and 12. Fast left, followed by the right, and again over the curb on the exit. Not quite on the grass that time, but very close to it. Montoya having to keep an eye on his mirror. This is our view back from the race leader's car, looking straight back at four times world champion Michael Schumacher, who does not like to be beaten.
And this is where Schumacher really can get the job done. He was quick here in practice and qualifying. He closes down to Montoya. Again, he's got to get himself into a position. Montoya is holding the throttle. Schumacher can get on it more heavily, and that's where he has got some advantage. But look, the straight line speed of that BMW Williams is just sufficient to keep Michael Schumacher out of contact.
He moves into the inside now. There might be a little bit less grip on the inside. Oh, it's getting close again.
It's a good chance. Schumacher again positioning himself now, coming down into turn 3 on the outside of the corner that's upcoming. He's got to be careful. He knows what happened to Montoya. He ran wide twice there in opening laps.
Oh, this is fantastic. This is like a Formula Ford race, let alone a Formula 1 race. They're wheel to wheel all the time, and the tension down there in the pit lane. Patrick Head watching his man, in control of this race at the moment, but look behind.
Kimi Raikkonen is joining in this battle. He's been quietly getting on with the work. There is David Coulthard trying to make up ground. I mean, what is going through this man's head? He must be absolutely, completely mad with himself for allowing himself to be suckered into locking up a brake and losing 4 places.
Those Ferrari guys look very calm, don't they? I don't know quite how they can feel that calm with this going on up front. Montoya with just a fractional advantage over Michael Schumacher. Kimi Raikkonen joining in on the party, and David Coulthard's not that far behind himself. He's another 5 seconds back, so he's still got plenty of work to do, but he is going very quickly.
Back to the final segment of the circuit again. Schumacher quicker through turn 13 into 14 hole station, now positioning himself. He doesn't want to overrun Montoya. He wants to be able to pick up the throttle, drive the car through 15, and also maintain that momentum through 16 so that he can get onto the rear of the car, and therefore as they come down into turn Juan at the end of the pit straight to ensure that he's got a chance to pass. He's closing, but again Montoya defends down the inside. Michael can do nothing this time again.
But again, Montoya loses speed in the middle part, and here comes Michael. Michael gets back into Montoya, and Schumacher retakes the lead. A round of applause from the Ferrari mechanics. But these two guys are really racing. This is what motor racing's about, wheel to wheel, giving each other just enough room, making tiny mistakes, trying to take advantage, and Schumacher and Montoya, this is what it's all about.
Well, that is total brilliance from Michael Schumacher. He knew that he forced Montoya into turn one to brake late, to not then have the ideal entry to the corner. He's probably off the throttle too long. Michael cut back to the right and just drove around him with about another 5 or 6 miles an hour advantage. Now Raikkonen's going to give a lot of heat to Juan Pablo Montoya.
Yeah, but look at Michael. He's really beginning to pull away. He's definitely got the speed advantage here. And now that he's managed to get past, he is flying as he begins to pull out.
So Montoya on the brakes very late. Can't get the car slowed down, has to straighten it up. Michael sees that, reads it. He just pulls over to the right and just drives around the outside. Thank you, Juan Pablo. I thought you were smarter than you are.
Well, that was fantastic, but you can't say that...
Schumacher's looking over at Montoya. He's watching him. I bet you he's laughing his head off on that helmet.
I bet he is indeed, but he didn't... Neither of them are really making mistakes. It's just pure racing tactics.